has to be, all our students don't have perfect grades or anything like that. That's not really how it works. Why we're looking at that is also important. When we're looking at an application, any part of an application, but especially in academics, our job isn't to reward students for the things that they've done. That's not what we're tasked to do. What we're tasked to do is to try and project who a student will be in the future. We look to grades, and we look to see if students have challenged themselves because we know what the challenge is like at our various schools. We want to make sure that when a student comes, they'll be successful academically. Easiest way to predict that is to look and see how they've done. And so we're looking pretty closely, class by class and grade by grade at that. Rank doesn't tell you that. Rank can be gamed, it can be artificially inflated, sometimes accidentally deflated, and it doesn't tell you the whole picture of what is actually happening in somebody's academic career. So it's easier just to actually look class by class and grade by grade, so we don't even think about it.
I actually think there's something really healthy about a school environment that doesn't have class rank. I think the moment you introduce rank, you introduce competition, you introduce stress, you introduce comparing two very different human beings. It's worth more, we just got rid of GPAs altogether. Because the students major in such different things, live such different lives, that we found that GPAs were not meaningful comparatively. It didn't mean a whole lot to our campus community to have that. So I think there's something really healthy when a school says, you don't need to have a rank. On the admission side of your question, yeah, maybe 30 or 35% of our applicants come from high schools that have class rank at this point. It's rarer to have a class rank than not.
One other thing with that, I'll deny a kid with a higher rank. That's not, I'm not making a decision based on their rank, so.
How do you score and select candidates?
How do we score and select candidates? We don't score. Score is not that right. We don't score. I'll never score. We don't have there's no math formula for us.
So what's the selection process like?
It is, it's mostly by height. So the selection process, everybody's going to do the individual selection process, and I won't get into the nitty-gritty of it. Every college is going to do it differently to some degree. I'll kind of break down the main components of how it works. We're going to look at a few things. We call it something at Hopkins, so I would say I look at these three components. I'm looking at somebody's academic character, I'm looking at somebody's impact, initiative, those types of things, and we're trying to find out if they're a good match for us. People call that fit, the last piece. People might term those other things slightly differently, but essentially we're trying to figure out who the student is in kind of a few different areas. Who are they academically, in the classroom, in an academic environment? Who are they outside of that environment, but still kind of within the communities that they're a part of? And then why, what might we be the right school for them? Those are the three pieces. Academically, transcript, always first. Trying to see, like I said in the last question, have they challenged themselves? Have they done well? Test scores are a part of that. Test scores also help us understand how well students will do, especially freshman year. It takes, I don't know, what do you think? 1 second to look at a test score? Yeah. There you go. That's about how long we look at a test score. And then we move on. We're going to spend a lot more time looking at really at a transcript because that's going to be much more telling of what we're trying to understand about that. Those things, test scores, transcripts, just tell us ability. Don't tell us anything about the student. Just the ability. So that can they come, can they be successful within our academic environments? We're going to turn to other pieces to try and really understand them as a student. We would turn to recommendations, counselor recommendation, teacher recommendations, and they're going to help us understand that student in that academic environment. What are they like in the classroom? How is it when they work by themselves with their peers? Counselors tell us kind of a bigger picture, them over the course of time in high school. Other things about the high school to help us understand really what's happening, not just that you have a class, but you know that this is what actually took place kind of in the school. Sometimes the teacher had to go on maternity leave or medical leave, and they were replaced with somebody else. That other person didn't grade the same, so that makes things look a little different. So they might give us information like that, but really to help us understand the context for the student academically. One of the things they're involved in. JT did a good job kind of talking about how it's not any one thing that we're looking at. We're looking at kind of elements of who this person is and the things that they care about. So that stuff at the top of the student's list is the things that we care about the most. Because we're, again, just involved and who made an impact and made a difference in something they were involved in, they're likely to do that again. They'll bring that to our campus. And so we look at that information. And then we're looking at the essays. We're trying to say, is this the person the right match for us? What are they saying about themselves? How can we see them and talk about them as a member of our campus community? And so we look at kind of those three elements together and then say, this is who we think this student is. Like I said, we're guided by a lot. We have what we would call institutional priorities. There's things we need. We at very first and foremost have 1,300 kids. That's it. I gotta have them. At the end of the day, they need to be there, or I won't be there anymore. And so that's the first thing. We have an engineering school. We want some students in engineering. We have arts and sciences. We want students in arts and sciences. We want men. We want women. We want students with different backgrounds. We, want a certain number of students from international backgrounds. So we bring in students from around the world to campus. There's all different types of things that we're looking for within our program. And so it is all the characteristics of a student and then thinking about all the things that a university wants. And that's kind of how the process runs.
So but there's really no objective way to do this, right? So you are looking, there are 10 people looking at it, you just take it and say yes, no, maybe, and then keep going.
I wish it was that easy.
You ask a great question. I think what a lot of families hope is that there's a formula, or that there's a set criteria that you're working towards. And if you're looking at selected colleges that practice holistic admissions, there's not. So one of the phrases that we bandy about in our office is the phrase, consistency is not the goal of holistic admissions. Our job isn't to be consistent and admit every kid with X SAT score and X GPA. We actively don't do that. Our job, as we see it, is what Pat said. Our job is to fill a diverse class. We have 400 first years. Some need to be engineers, and some have no idea what engineering is. We need baseball players, we need artists, we need dancers, we need all these different groups. So for us, it's more about trying to figure out which students who apply to us who are baseball players are the best baseball players, the best academicians, and the ones who are the best fit for school. Awesome, we have some great baseball players now. Now, we need dancers. Which dancers are the best dancers, the best at academics, and the best fit for school? Awesome, now we have dancers. So it's sort of thinking about all the different institutional priorities that you have alongside academics, alongside the culture of the community, and then piecing all the pieces together. And none of you are applying in isolation. So when you apply, there's a whole pool of applicants. So one of the challenges for us, we deal with this every year, are the students we turn down who are the very best kid in their school. They're amazing. They're the top ranked kid if the school has a rank. They're amazing. The teachers love this kid. They changed the culture of the school. And all of that is true. But when we only have 400 first-year students, we can't admit every one of those kids and meet this diverse class that we want to do. So if you're applying to selected holistic colleges, go into it knowing that the process isn't fair. And there aren't going to be objective criteria that are uniform across how they do this. We have kids that we admit who have a 32 ACT. We have a lot of kids we don't admit who have 36s. And you would say that's not fair. My kid has a 36 and they didn't get in, and you took that kid with a 32? Yep. So just know that that's part of the process, because the kid with a 32 had other things that were amazing that we needed. So that's why I said what I said earlier. I get frustrated when the kid with the 36 is presenting me with this passionate, polished, manufactured application. So I'm like, you just shot yourself in the foot. Because I'm rooting for you. I'm like, I want you to tell me what's really going on with you. So the more human you make your application, then the better sense we have of who you are and how you're going to fit, we both keep saying this word fit, with our communities.
Now, what about these subject tests and other things that they say is recommended? Is it really recommended, or is it a must?
I have a friend at Emory University who always says this line. I'll just steal because it's easier, but his name's Tim. I don't want to be plagiarizing. Tim always says you submit two things for colleges. You submit what's required, you submit what makes you look good. Doesn't fit those two things, don't submit. It's going to vary school to school. Some schools are going to tell you, and this is a question really to ask an individual school when you're getting closer to really considering a strong application. Is this something that is required not just for the school, but if you're applying into a certain major school within a college, like is this something that is needed? Because some schools will say we don't require them, but then if you want to study engineering, they want you to have math too, for example. So you just want to kind of check that out with every school. We don't require them, so if they're there, we look at them, but again, what somebody did in an afternoon doesn't really tell me all that much. What they did over the course of a full year or a couple of years in school is going to be much more telling about their academic ability.
Yeah, we can certainly help families piece through all that too. I would ask a question on behalf of, I know a lot of students have asked me this in their individual meetings, and I think it brings it back to the exploration phase too. So you've mentioned a lot about finding the culture of a school, or speaking to the culture of a school, and thinking about that when you're admitting students. So I'd love for our admissions reps to speak a little bit to the students. You mentioned talking to students, and I think that's a great point, but what are some other ways to really get the sense of a culture of the school and really get that sense when you're on campus? Like maybe the bus stops and places you have to visit. And then for Dr. Chin too, I'd love for you to address what should families be thinking about in terms of the counseling services on campus and getting to know those and the other like emotional support pieces for students. So I'd love if all three of you can kind of speak to that a little bit.
So I think trying to figure out the cultural fit is key. I think that's really important. I think if you ask students, what are the big things that happen on campus that people get excited about? Or what are people talking about? If I tell you at Swarthmore, one of our biggest events is called the Bathtub Debates. And it's this annual event where each of our divisions, of the humanities, the social sciences, the natural sciences, the faculty members from each of those divisions have to square off in a debate. And the assumption for the debate is that there's been a devastating apocalyptic event, and 2 of the 3 divisions are not going to survive the event. Why should your division survive? So this year the debate was we had a giant flood, there's only one life raft, only one of the divisions is getting out in the life raft. Which division should it be and why? So then the natural science faculty had to get up and say, this is why our division is the best, this is why we're the best problem solvers, we're the division that has to survive, and then throw the other 2 divisions under the bus. And they all go down the line and do this. Our students think this is the most hilarious thing ever, to see faculty members debate each other about why their division is the best and the other ones are awful. And that says a lot about Swarthmore. It's a nerdy, intellectual place with really good student-faculty relationships. They like to have fun intellectually. That's who we are. So if you ask questions about what are the big things that happen on campus that people get excited about, it's going to tell you a lot about the school. The other thing I'll say is every school is diverse. So every school has a lot of different things. So Swarthmore is nerdy, but that's not all we are. We're also very athletic. We're also very artistic. So look for multiple things that clue you into the culture of a school.
I would say one that is a little underrated is if a school is asking you on their application a supplemental question, and it is not just like, why do you want to be here? That might be telling. And I say that because we ask a question that's very telling about Hopkins, and I get a lot of very wrong answers to it. We just ask a question that basically is, we're a collaborative place. Tell us about the time you collaborated with other people. And that is there because that's the way that we approach academics, right? So that's part of our academic culture. And you would be shocked at how many essays I read from that say, I don't really like collaborating with others. And my answer is like, well, I don't think we're the right place for you. Because that's how it kind of works here. And so look to things like that. If there is something, in a specific question that a school is asking, might be telling. They're not all going to be, but sometimes it might be. The other thing I would say is, ask the traditions, like look at the traditions that we have. We have a big spring fair where we turn the whole campus into a carnival, and it's all student run, and they plan it all out, and it changes every year. So it's kind of cool way to kind of see a little bit different what that's like on a campus. We have a tradition called First Night where our faculty members and our students have more like heavy appetizers together. Like we have standing tables, and you can kind of just go around and talk to different faculty about their experiences. So that gives you some insight into kind of the relationship between faculty and students at a certain place. So asking about what that's like. The way that we teach at Hopkins isn't the only way to do it. You know, there's lots of schools that have much more lecture-focused classes, and that's a totally fine way to learn. If that's what you prefer, that's awesome. That's something you should be thinking about. Like, is this the style I like? If you don't like that and you want to be in small classes, then you need to ask questions about whether the class is small. I think the other big part of culture is always kind of understanding the living situation at a school. So just asking about what that looks like. Do you have on-campus housing? Do you have off-campus housing? The students that live off-campus live near campus, or do they live far away? Are they all kind of tightly packed in one area, or are they spread out throughout different parts of it? There's all different types of schools that even have a lot of similar characteristics. So we're an urban university, you guys are a suburban university. We share a lot of similarities in that we both have a very traditional kind of campus. But there's other schools that might be urban, might be suburban, where they don't have a very traditional campus, and there isn't kind of a one place, center of campus that you go to. Things are kind of spread out through places. One's not better than the other. They're just different. And so thinking about some of those things will help you kind of understand the culture of the university. Because universities have put value on different things over time. And those values kind of carry through as student bodies come and go over time. So understanding kind of how the setup is and if that matches something that you're thinking about, that you might like. And you can also, with this process, like things that are totally different. You might like one school, you might go to a school and say, oh, this is like a great campus in a really kind of remote place, and that's awesome, but I was at this other campus and it's in a big city and I like that too. Like, that's fine. You can like different things, because this isn't like love situation where there's like one person for you. There's lots of colleges that might be right for you. And that's okay. Like, it's fine to like different things, and you can be happy at more than one school. Like, it isn't one school, this is going to make a difference. I am living proof of that. So you can have different feelings about different schools, and that's totally fine too. But just try and get a sense of what the living's like, what the classrooms are like. What is it like day to day for a student? Because that's going to be most of your reality, is just the day-to-day stuff.
I mean, I think that certainly thinking about a school holistically is important, and as part of that is, especially if you've dealt with mental health issues in the past or currently, it's really important to look at the kinds of resources that are offered by the institutions that you're considering, because that can vary a lot. The other thing that we really advise students to do is, if you've struggled with mental health issues in the past, to really try to put together a plan, even before you get to campus, around how you're going to address those to be as healthy as possible going forward, right? Because sometimes there can be a wish that, well, I dealt with this in high school, I'm over it, college is a whole new chapter in my life, but the reality is that the first year of college especially can be really stressful, right? And so the more supports that you build around you, the more likely you're going to be successful. And so when you're thinking about schools, think about the different support resources that they have available, right? Like, beyond just the counseling service, what does their advising look like? Like, what are the other kinds of resources that students can tap if they're struggling? Those are all things that I think are important.
Thank you so much.